Okay, so today actually we will discuss about the past year paper for this one, MRSM. Yes, some teacher actually told me, yeah, the try exam paper actually is quite good. So I took the 2013 one. Alright, so let's have a look. We will discuss on the paper one today. Yeah, and then yeah, we will use our time to discuss. So first one is function question. Over this function question here, I think we have few points. We have, where's my pen? Yeah, we have few points over here. Let me use. So we have 1 point here, the second point here, and the third point here. Right. For question like this, something we have to know is something like the set x and set y, right? So most of the time, the set x actually is an object and set y is an image. It's something fixed already one. So if I draw out something like this one will be x, this one will be y. So you just remember something like x-axis always is the object, this one is object, and the other one is the image. Right? Because some students just feel confused that because yeah, in this diagram actually they didn't mention which one is object and image, so you have to know, right? And then you also need to know how to like see this diagram. So what I have in my x-axis over here is something like, okay, I have 0. Okay, I write out the coordinate here. This one called 0, 3. This one called 3, 0. And then this one is actually called 4, 2. I hope I'm correct. So this is 0, this is 3, and then this is 3, this is 0, and then this is 4, is 2. So this is how the function actually works. So I just draw out in a function diagram just to make sure you can see it easily. Alright, so for number 1, he asked the image of 2. So what is the image of 2? Wait, he asked state the image of 2. This one should be the object of 2. State the image of 2. Oh, sorry, I missed out a point here. I think we have a point here, which is 2, 3. Not enough space. Just let me write somewhere there. I change some color lah, since it's not enough place. So we have this one. What is this coordinate called? This coordinate actually is 2, 3, right? So that means 2 will connect to 3. Alright, so image of 2 should be 3. Just write 3. It's fine. But make sure you write in this symbol for function. Somehow they love in this symbol, so you just write 3. Or I think straight away write 3 should be fine because it's just 1 mark. Okay, and then range. He asks you state the range of relation. Obviously this one is what type of relation of this? Because here actually you got 3, right? So basically 2 is connected to here. So this one, since we have 2 objects connect to 1 image, so this one we call many to one. Many to one relation. State the range of relation. No, this is type of relation, sorry. Many to one actually is the type of relation, not the range. Type of relation. Range of relation is something that all the point over here, yes, and then he actually can pair with the object, we call it range. So range over here is just 0, 2, and 3. That's all. Okay, so yeah, I believe all of you understand what is range, right? So let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here I run randomly like ABC lah, it doesn't matter. So let's say this one connect to this one connect to 3, this one connect to 5. So your range is those image which actually pair with the object, we call it range. So range in this case is just 1, 3, and 5. Because 2 and 4 doesn't pair with object, right? So it's not in range. So range is just 1, 3, and 5 lah. For those things which actually pair with the object one, we call it range. Alright, so far so good? So I'm going to move on. So sometimes they will ask state the type of relation. So type of relation is something like many to one, one to one, one to many, or many to many. This is a relation type. Okay, let's move on to the second one. Function, I think most of you do not have big issue. Okay, so yes, have a look on this one. So it tell you fx is this one, gx is this one, and the fgx actually is this one. Alright, so it asks you find p and g, so it's quite simple. So you just like do the comparison. So I'm going to substitute gx into fx because I want to find fgx, right? This one means substitute gx into fx. So substitute gx into fx. Huh? Alright, so you will see something like this. This is q x plus p. Alright, because what is my x now? My x now actually is gx because I substitute gx into fx. So what is my gx? My gx actually is x squared plus 4x plus 4. Alright, so I just substitute into that. I got qx squared plus 4qx plus 4q plus p. Alright, so this is fgx, right? Then we do the comparison with the answer. We got another fgx. This is from the answer. From this one, go into here. So this is what? 2x squared plus x plus 13, sorry. So when we do the comparison, something which we must know here is this one is without x, right? So this one equals to 13. This one is with x power of 1, right? So this one equals to 8. This one with q is with x power of 2, right? So this one equals to 2. Alright, so you must get some idea. So obviously from here I know q equals to 2 from the first comparison. If you doesn't believe, you can try the second one. 4q equals to 8. Q is still equals to 2. Alright, then we want to find p. So we know 4q plus p equals to 13. Since q is 2, so this is 4 multiple 2 is 8. So 8 plus p equals to 13. P is just equals to 5. Done. 3 mark. Right, so I hope you understand how the function actually happened. Okay, if you are fine, then we're going to move on. Alright, so yes, so for the third one, this is still function, but this one is inverse function. Wait for a while, this is inverse function. Okay, so how to do this one? Okay, so if you want to do this one, the first thing is, I give you g4 equals to 2. So if inverse function for this one actually is quite simple, but you have to understand something like this. If g4 can equals to 2, so I can move the g to the other side. G inverse 2 will equals to 4. See, g inverse 2 will equal to 4. This is how I move the g to the other side. So g move to the other side, it just become g inverse. So if you got this information, this one become so easy to solve. Because what? What is g inverse 2? G inverse 2 is, this is g inverse, right? So g inverse 2 is 2 over 2 minus q equals to 4. So basically 8 minus 4q equals to 4. So basically 4q equals to 4, q equals to 1. Solve. Alright. The only difficult part in this question is this one. If you couldn't get the idea of this one, you couldn't solve this question. So it's very simple. G move to the other side is just g inverse. Okay? Okay, number 4. If you got any problem or question, please stop me. If not, I'm going to move on very fast because paper 1, we have so many questions to cover. Alright, so on this part, okay, what it is? Okay, the root of quadratic equation, he gave you a quadratic equation here, is hn negative 2 over 3. So what's the meaning for root? I mentioned a lot of time in my video, root means the answer of x. The answer of x. Alright, so that's why I know when I solve my quadratic equation, I got two answers of my x here, which is this one and this one. So actually the meaning is something like this. X will equal to h, or x will equals to negative 2 over 3. However, in MX, they love to use alpha and beta to represent my x1 and x2. So I'm going to follow what the text, what the exam wants. So I'm going to write alpha equals to h, beta will equals to negative 2 over 3. alpha and beta is just something like x1 and x2. It's nothing very special, so no need to just so worry about this part. Alright, why I write in alpha and beta? Because I think that we're going to use something in this question. We're going to do something like this. I believe x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equals to 0. Yeah, I believe we're going to use something like this in this question. So in order to use this one, what I need to do first step is I have to make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1. This is 3. So cannot accept those. So what I will do is I will actually divide 3 for everything in order to make in this pattern. This is the first step. The second step is this symbol must be negative. Must be negative. So positive is not allowed because I want to do in this pattern. So I'm going to I'm going to solve this one, and then you see how I'm going to solve. Just change blue color maybe. Alright, so I divide 3 first, and then at the same time I change this one to negative, so it will be minus negative h minus 6 x, right? Because just now I divide by 3, so whole thing will be divided by 3. Alright, and then plus k over 3 equals to 0. Okay, so now I roughly in this pattern, okay, do you see? Sum of root, this is my sum of root. Product of root, this is my product of root. Alright, so if you got this, so I'm going to write something like this. Sum of root will equals to multiple negative in, you know both will get you positive. So h plus 6 over 3. Alright, and then I know my product of root is just k over 3. So the question asks us to find h and k. So you know both of these one actually is root, right? So sum of root, just plus them together, nothing very special. So equals to h plus 6 over 3. So I'm going to solve this one first to get my h. So okay, so this one I make them have the same denominator. So this one actually called 3h minus 2 over 3 equal to h plus 6 over 3. Both is over 3, I can cancel. So 3h minus 2 equals to h plus 6. So h move to this side is, so I will got 2h is equals to 8. So h equals to 4. Right, not enough space, so I borrow some space on number 5. It's fine. Alright, I think my calculation do not have carrier mistake. If I do have, please let me know. Alright, so product of root means what? Both root is multiple. So multiple this one, we will got k over 3. So product means multiple, right? H is 4. So 4 multiple negative 2 over 3 equals to k over 3. Just borrow the space here. So negative 8 over 3 will give me k over 3. So my k is just negative 8. Simple. Alright, so far so good? This one is quite simple, but the trick here actually is, do you know how to change this one into this pattern? This is the only trick here. So if you can understand the trick here, yeah, everything will be like so simple. Alright, so yeah, just 3 marks, so it shouldn't waste too much time here. Alright, this one is what? The straight line y equals to 3x plus 3 is tangent to the curve. Alright, when I say tangent to the curve, most of the time I will link to dy dx, because tangent to the curve means they will have same gradient. I explained in my last video before. Because tangent means what? Tangent means the curve and the line, they will intersect at one point. We call it tangent. Alright, this is tangent point. And from this tangent point here, they will have same gradient. Alright, must get the idea of what is the meaning for is tangent to the curve. That means the curve and the straight line will have the same gradient at certain point. Alright, so over here, okay, from here, I know my gradient from y equals to mx plus c. So the m obviously is 3. So I know my m is 3. So that means I dy dx, I should get 3. Oh, sorry. This one is not only dy dx, is tangent to the curve. We got another formula we use tangent to the curve. One is b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Because b squared minus 4ac equals to 0 means the curve only touch one point on the straight line. Right? I think we should use this one because why I think we shouldn't use dy dx, because we do not have x coordinate. Normally he said tangent to the curve at maybe coordinate A, he give you 2, 3, something like this. Alright, then I can use dy dx easily. But in this case, because I do not have the coordinate, so I think I should use the b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Okay, you should know this one means touch one point, right? So yes, so in order to use this one, we must change our equation into general form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So I'm going to substitute the y into the y. So I got 3x plus 1 equals to x squared plus mx plus 2m. Alright, so I'm going to, because I must equal to 0, both of these one got y. If got y, I cannot apply in the general form of quadratic. So I'm going to move everything here, become 0. So this is x squared. So I move the 3x here, will be minus 3x. So I will be plus m minus 3x. Okay, mx minus 3x, I factorize out x. So 1 minus 1, so we plus 2m minus 1. Alright, since we know b squared minus 4ac, so from here, I know my a equals to 1. This is my b. b is just beside x. b is m minus 3. And my c is 2m minus 1. Alright, if you got this one, you just apply in the formula. So b squared, apply in this formula. So b squared is m minus 3 squared minus 4ac 2m minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, I'm going to solve this one. This is m squared minus 6m plus 9. Negative 4 will be negative 8m plus 4 equals to 0. Alright, so this one will be m squared. Wow. Something wrong? No. I hope no. Okay, minus 14m plus 13. Okay, then it's easy. Because I see 14m is a bit big, but I see 13 means it's easy. So what we got is, this is m, this is m, this one will be 13, this one will be 1. So it will be minus, minus. So therefore, we know m is equals to 13 or m is equals to 1 for mark. Alright, so I just want to do some summarize here. Is like when you see tangent to a curve, you have two possibilities. One is just now what I said, the dy dx thing means the gradient and the straight line will have the same gradient at certain point. The other one is b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Alright, because you know bigger than 0 means they have two distinct points, and less than 0 means actually they have no roof. Alright, you must get some idea about b squared minus 4ac. This is from 4th chapter. Alright, no problem, right? I move on. Alright, this one. What's it this? This is find the range of the x. Okay, this one is nothing special. This one just to test you whether you know how to solve the inequality in quadratic or not. Because inequality in quadratic, when you got a quadratic less than 0, you will got something on the middle. You get the quadratic is bigger than 0, you will got something outside here. Okay, I'm going to show you what I mean here. So this is x squared plus x over 2 minus 3 less than 0. Okay, I multiple 2 for everything because I'm just not so good on fraction. So this one is 2x squared plus x minus 6 less than 0. Then I factorize this one. This is 2x. This is x. This is less than 0. So I have 3, 2. 3, 2, I believe this is 3. This is 2. This is positive. This is negative. Alright, so over here, do I need to draw the diagram? You do need to draw the diagram. Diagram is just for you to refer. If you draw the diagram, I don't think they will minus mark. But most of the time, I will draw the diagram because it's easier for myself to understand. Right? So I'm going to move on. Yeah. So this one, less than 0 means on the middle, right? So I'm going to draw the diagram. So this one, actually, I have two values. One is, okay, from here, if this is equal to 0, I will got x equals to negative 2. Or my x will equals to 3 over 2. So I put a smaller value over here and then a bigger value over here. Less than 0 means the x must got something on the middle. So therefore, I know my x is some value between negative 2 and 3 over 2. Alright. If let's say today this symbol changed to bigger than 0. This is just example. If let's say this one changed to bigger than 0, mean I got something like this, 2x minus 3. and x plus 2 bigger than 0. So if bigger than 0, when I draw out the diagram, I know it's both of this side, mean they will go outside. So this one is still the same, -2 and 3/2. But then my x value will go continue over here, so it will be 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will go continue over this direction, so it will be -3, -4 until infinity. So here I will got two answers like this. X will less than -2, or my x will bigger than 3/2. Okay, this is the example for this one. Nothing to do with this question. This is just an example. If it's bigger than 0, you got these two answers. Alright, I hope you do understand. And then this is like quite simple. Okay, move on. Okay, this is indices, is like something very easy. And I mentioned so many times, when you see the indices, you got a plus and minus, it's not in the power. You know this one, you have to use the substitution method. Okay, substitution method. So what is a substitution method? I think I post a lot of like working on my Facebook page. It's just m equals to maybe 2 power of x, something like this. So you're going to use the substitution method. Whenever you see plus or minus on the indices and the plus or minus is not in the power, most of the time you use this one, will be easier for you to solve. Alright, before I substitute, of course I have to simplify this one. Alright, this is like 2 power of 1, right? So it's 2 power of 1 multiple 2 power of 2x minus 4 power of x divide, means divide 4 power of 1 because it's minus, right? Equals to 7/16. Right, so this one is just 2 power of 2x square. It's the same thing, okay? 2 power of 2x or 2 power of x2 is the same thing because they are multiple. Alright, this one will be minus 2 power of 2x over 2 power of 2 equals to 7/16. And then just now I just said this one actually is the same thing, right? So I'm going to change this one, this 2 power of 2x, right? So I can change to 2 power of x 2. Because I just want to make the whole equation look simple. So therefore this is 2m squared minus m squared over 4 equals to 7/16. Alright. So then I can solve it easily. So I multiple 16 for everything. So I've multiple 16 here. Just let me use some black color. So I multiple 16 here. I multiple 16 here. I multiple 16 here. So this one is cancelled. So this one is 32m squared. 16 and 4 I simplify is minus 4m squared equals to 7. Alright, so this one just minus. I got what I have. If I minus, I will have 28, isn't it? 28 m squared is 7 over, it's just 7. So m squared is 1/4. 4, 7, 28, right? Yes, correct. So what is m? M is 2 power of x equals to 1/2 power of 2. So basically, 2 power of x will equals to 2 power of -2. X equals to -2. Simple. Okay? Actually here, some student might ask me, can I substitute m equals to 2 power of 2x? Actually, you can do this as well. You will get the same answer. You can just try this one later when you have some time. You just copy down this question and then you just try yourself later if you want to try this method. It's the same thing. Alright. So be careful whenever you see minus here, because a lot of students keep on thinking how to change 7/16 to 2 power of something. They keep on thinking 2 power of what will get 7/16. You will never get it because this is not something about 2 power of something. Alright, I hope you get the idea. Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, log will be quite simple, but I give you 4 marks, so I think you got something to do. Okay, before I start to do log question, first I will check whether they have the same base or not. Okay, both is base 5 and number. I know this one I do not need to change base. Alright, so, and then I'm going to group whatever logs, whatever have log, I'm going to group them together. And then I know that 2 I can move up, become the power of 2. So I'm going to solve step by step. This is log 5, square root 3a. I move the 2 here, become the whole thing square. Okay, and then I'm going to move this one over that side. So it will be minus log 5, 7 plus a equals to -1. Alright, because I just group those have log together, nothing very special here. And then we know those numbers in front of log we can move up, just become multiple. So square and square root we can cancel, then everything will be very simple. So I factorize out log 5. So I know minus, this minus will give me divide if I factorize out log. So this is 3a divided by 7 plus a equals to -1. So I moved my log 5 to the other side. 5a over, oh my god, my a just look like 9. Just wait for a while. Let me erase it. Alright, so this one is 3a over 7 plus a equals to 5 power of -1. I move my log 5 to this side. You should able to understand this one. So what is 5 power -1? This is 1 over 5, right? This one actually is 1 over 5, huh? Okay, it's the same things. So this is 3a. So I 5 multiple here, and then my 7 plus a throw to the other side. Alright, then I almost solve it. This is 7 plus a equals to 15a. So 14a equals to 7. A equals to 1 over 2. Done. 4 mark. Right, it's not really hard. So I think you have no issue on this question. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Arithmetic progression. Yeah, arithmetic progression, you need some formula. Okay. Arithmetic progression have 17 terms. Alright, so we know 17 terms means you have like x1, x2, x3 until x17. Until x17. Alright. Then he says sum of the all term is 850. Sum of the all term means what? 17 term, right? So sum of 17 equals to 850. Alright. And then he said the last term is 4 times the first term. So the last term is 4 times the first term. Alright, I just write in this pattern. I hope you understand. So when you see last and you see something like last and first, I believe you have to use another formula for Sn. Which I think I forget the formula. Let me just refer the formula list for a while. I remember Sn got something A and everything. Okay, I think it's somewhere here. Yeah. Okay, it's not here. Oh my god. Okay, give me a while. I just check back the formula. I remember it's something like this lah. Sn equals to n over 2a plus l. Something like this. D? No. When you use a plus l, you don't need d. Something like this, but I'm not sure. So give me 1 minute. Arithmetic progression. Okay. Yeah, my formula is correct. Yeah, I just double confirm. Alright, so this is another formula for sum of n. Alright, because actually you have the other formula is something like this, right? You have Sn equals to n over 2 and then 2s plus n minus 1d. Yeah. Why in this question we can't use this formula? Because we do not have d. And then in this case we have no way to find out our d. So if you do not have d, you use this formula, you can't solve this question. So you have to use this one. Alright, so here is simple. So it's Sn, so it's S17 here. So it equals to 17 over 2. So I know my L is actually 4 times my first term, right? So my L is actually equals to 4a. This is a plus my L is 4a. Alright, S17 gives us already, this is 850. So this is 17 over 2. Just plus together you got 5a. Alright, so after that you just solve this one using calculator. Just give me a moment. So I move 17 over 2 to the other side. 850 divide 17 multiple 2. So we got 100 equals to 5a. So a is just equals to 20. What the question want? Find the last term of the progression there. So they want to find L. L is just 4a. So L is equals to 420 equals to 80. Alright. No problem, right, for this question? If you have no problem, I'm going to move on. Number 10, then again, we're going to break for 1 minute. Yeah, just give me drink some water. Okay. What is this? GP, geometric progression. So he give you this one. He asks you to state the values for x. So I think it's quite simple. But before we do it, yeah, we just randomly solve it first. So we have to find out A and R, okay, because it's GP. So A is obviously is 15. R is just use the second term divided by first term. So my R is just like -3. Alright, -3, okay? So yes, so that means I keep on multiple -3. So x is simple. So x is just 135 multiple with -3. So you will got something like, I don't know, let me press a calculator. 135 multiple -3, -405. Okay, then what's the next one? Find the sum of the fourth term to eighth term. Alright, sum of the first term to eighth term. Yeah, depend which method you love to use. This one actually I don't think you should use the what S8 minus S7. Minus S3. Yeah, because it's going to take you a lot of time. So what I will do is actually I can straight away write out the fourth term and the to eighth term because it's very easy. So what I will do is I'm going to write, this is the fourth term, right? 1, 2, 3. X actually is fourth term. So -405 plus 405 multiple -3 again is 1215 plus this is 456 multiple -3. This is -3645 plus multiple -3 again is 10935 plus multiple -3 again is, wow, number is like so big. I hope it's correct. Alright, so this is, okay, let me just label it before you get very confused. This is actually is term 4, term 5, term 6, term 7, and term 8. Sum from the fourth term to eighth term. Alright, so I just plus all of them together using calculator. -405 plus 1215 minus 3645 plus 10935 minus 32805. Yep. So you got the answer actually is -24705. Okay. Of course, you want to use this method is okay also. Alright, you want to use this method, of course you must understand. For SM, for GP, we have two different run, right? One is when R is equals to bigger than 1. The other one is R is less than 1. Our R is -3. Obviously, this is less than 1. So we have to use the formula is A. What's that? 1 minus, yes, 1 minus R power of n over 1 minus R. It's not mistaken. Alright, so you're going to use this one to solve this one. I believe you'll get the same answer. Since we have a little bit time, let's us do some experiments, see whether we can get the same answer or not. Okay, let me leave the answer here because I just need the answer. So sum of from the fourth term to eighth term, I know I can use sum of the eighth term because this one means from 1, 2, 3, sum until 8, all plus together, right? Plus until eighth term, from 1 plus until 8. Minus sum of the third term, mean I minus 1, 2, and 3. So after I minus, I sum 1 to 8, I minus 1, 2, 3, I will left 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so I'm going to use this one. See what happens. So S8, so it will become, yeah, we have our A. 1 minus R is -3 power of 8 over 1 minus -3, which is 4. Alright. Okay, minus this one. This is 1 minus -3 power of 3 over 4. Right, let me use a calculator for this one. So 3 power of 8. Okay, so 15. 1 minus this one. So this multiple -6560 over 4 minus this one. 3 power of 3 is 27. -27, so it's 28. Because this one will become plus. 28 over 4. Yeah, so let me just press calculator for this one. So 15 multiple negative 6560 minus 15 multiple 28. Divided my answer by 4. I will got negative 24705. See, both of these give us the same answer. Okay, so far so good. 1 minute break. Yeah, so far 10 questions already like gone through. Any problem? Yeah, I believe I got a lot of message. Give me a while. Okay, seems you have no problem. So I'm going to move on to 11. Okay, so this one, give me a reply message first. Sorry for that. Okay. Okay, let's have a look on this one. Okay, the first time, what am I saying? The first term and sum of the infinity to geometric progression is 1 over 4 and 1 over 8. Alright, for this one, so whenever you see sum of infinity, you must straight away link to this formula. This is sum of infinity, right? It's a over 1 minus r. So if you got this one as a sum of infinity, so yeah, so you're going to solve this one. He tell you the first term and sum of infinity is this one. So over here, at least I have some information. A is 1 over 4, and my sum of infinity is 1 over 6, according to the information given over here. So here he said find the sixth term of the arithmetic progression. So I know the purpose he give me the sum of infinity is for me to find r. So I can easily get my r using this formula. So I'm going to substitute in here first. So my sum of infinity is 1 over 6. My a is 1 over 4 over 1 minus r. Alright, so I'm going to do something like crossover multiple. So this one will be 1 minus r equals to 6 multiple 1 over 4. I hope my cross multiple is correct. This is 1 minus r equals to 6 over 4. So my r is just 1 minus 6 over 4, which is r is equals to, this can be simplified 3 over 2. So 1 is 2 over 2, right? So it will be negative 1 over 2. So since I got my r already, I can easily get my sixth term, T6. Okay, for formula for geometric progression will be Tn equals to AR n minus 1. So T6 will equals to A is 1 over 4, R is negative 1 over 2, N is 6 minus 1 is 5. Wow, this question, the answer seems in fraction. Alright, so this is 1 over 4, power of 5 is just negative 1 over 32. So you just multiple, so you got negative 1 over 128. I think this is the answer, although the answer seems a bit weird, but yeah, I think so. Alright, so I hope you get some ideas because it's 3 marks only. So I'm going to move on to number 12. Alright, what is this? When I see something like this, I think it's the linear law. Alright, he give you the equation, and then yeah, a straight line graph is obtained by plotting x, y again x. So yeah, linear law, he always will give you this one. Okay, let me just sketch out. This is x, y, again x. Alright, so given the ratio of the gradient and xy intercept is 3:2, express k in terms of h. So that means gradient ratio with the xy intercept is 3:2. Gradient is what? Gradient is m, right? And xy intercept over here we know is this one, we call it c. I hope you understand what I'm saying. This y equals y mx plus c, right? So that means m ratio c will equals to 3:2. So that means I write in the fraction form is m over c will equals to 3/2. Alright, so over here, yes, this is some information given by the question, and then it asks us express k in terms of h. So I'm going to solve this one first, because this one is not in the linear form yet. Because this one is reciprocal graph, you see over x. Linear form means actually something like straight line form. So it asks you to do in something in straight line. So what I will do is, yes, I want to have something xy again x. So in order to get xy, I multiple x for every single one. So here I will get xy equals to h plus 1/k x. Yeah, I almost got it, but I rearrange it. Xy equals to 1/k and then x plus h. Alright, so here I want you to have a look something like this. So my vertical intercept is xy. Do you see? It's xy. And my horizontal intercept is x. And this is x. So this one already in the y equals to m x plus c form. So I know this is my m. And of course this is my c. Alright, you must see this. If you cannot see this, yeah, you couldn't solve this one. So I'm going to substitute over here. What is my m? So it's 1/k over, my c is just h. h equals to 3/2. Crossover multiple, I got 3/k equals to 2/k, equals to 3h. Alright, so the question 1k in terms of h. So k is equals to 2/3h. Done. Yeah, I think this is one of the linear question I've been seen so far. I think it's the most difficult one. Because most of the time linear law question is very simple. Yeah, only this one, yeah, he like not so direct, and then he give you in ratio. But however, yeah, I think this question actually can help you to explore more on, yeah, what happens if the question gives you ratio. So what I want to mention here, whenever the question gives you ratio, you can always write in a fraction form. Alright, this is something very important in MX. Ratio is highly related with the fraction. So you must understand this one. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Alright, the equation of the straight line, Okay, find the equation of the straight line which is perpendicular to AB and passing through this point. So it's very simple. So AB, so I roughly write into the y equals mx plus c. Okay, this is y will equals to negative 3x plus 6. Alright, so negative gradient roughly is something like this. So let me just roughly sketch out, give you some idea. Of course, I won't sketch out in the exam. So yeah, this is AB, and this is some line perpendicular to AB. Alright, so we roughly got this one. Okay, I call this line A and B. So my AB is just y equals to negative 3x plus 6. So he asks you to find the equation of the line which is perpendicular to AB. This is perpendicular to AB, right? And passing through the point 3, 5. Yes, so he's passing through this point 3, 5. Alright, whenever perpendicular over here is, whenever I see perpendicular, I straight away must link to one formula, which is m1 multiple m2 equals to negative 1. Alright, this is formula for perpendicular. And then he asked me to form an equation. I straight away links to the other formula. Y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. This is the formula for forming a equation. So I always say, if you want to use this formula, you must have two information. You must have one gradient and one point. So over here, you have both. You solve this one, you can get the gradient. And then you got a point here, 3, 5. So you substitute in, you can form the equation. Alright, so I want to find this gradient. So I'm going to do something like -3 multiple m2 equal to -1. So my m2 is just 1/3. Alright, very simple. So I substitute into this formula. And then this coordinate, I'm going to call it x1 and y1. So I will got y minus 5 equals to m is 1/3. Alright, this is x minus 3. So I'm going to solve this one. Y minus 5 equals to 1/3x minus 1. Alright, simple. So y equals to 1/3x plus 4. Done. Alright, this is 4-mark question. I think it's just test your understanding. Actually, it's quite simple. But then, a lot of students will make some mistake over here. Is a lot of students will think that the gradient is 3. Because you say gradient is the number just beside the x. So they will say m equals to 3. Then you got the whole question wrong. Why? Because the first thing is you never arrange the equation into the y equals to mx plus c. You must arrange this one into the y equals to mx plus c. Then only you can decide which one is your m and which one is your c. Remember this one. Do not like do it too fast and straight away say m equals to 3 and then your m2 will equal to -1/3 and then the whole equation will be wrong. Alright, must be careful on that. Alright, then we're going to move on to vector. Yeah, vector should be still okay. Okay, this one, he asks you to find PR. So, you must very familiar with the additional rule. So, I have PQ and QR. This one already arranged for you. PR is just PQ plus QR. If you do not believe on this rule, maybe I can draw out for you. I randomly draw a triangle. And then I randomly plot PQR I randomly plot the PQR, but must plot it like clockwise or anti-clockwise. Alright, so I say this one is PQ and R. It's just very random. Alright, so over here it tell me PQ. What is PQ? PQ is here. And QR is Q to R. So now he asks you to find PR. So you just imagine something like this. This is your home. You want to from P go to R, right? This is your school. So from your home go to school, this is the shortest journey. You can go from the other way. You can reach school also, right? You just go from P to Q and then Q to R. At the end, you still go from your home to school. Correct or not? So PR will equals to PQ plus QR. Alright, if you understand about this, for this additional rule, actually is very simple. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to move on. PQ is just 7.3. QR is just 5.2. So this one is just 12 plus 5. I never see the question such easy. So I think this, oh sorry, I asked you to find unit vector. That's why I think this 3 mark like so simple. Okay, I didn't see unit vector of PR. So what is unit vector? So unit vector of PR. Yeah, I'm wondering how possible it becomes so simple. A unit vector of PR. PR will equals to vector of PR over magnitudes of PR. Alright, vector of PR, okay, if you write in the vector form, actually this is 12i plus 5j. Alright, and then magnitude of, okay, this is PR. And then magnitude of PR is simple. It's just the length of PR, 12 square plus 5 square, which is 13. Alright, so over here, I can write in the column vector also. I not necessarily must write in this form, but I will show you the both lah, just for you to understand. So this one is just equals to okay, just is something like 12, 5 over 13. So over 13, I'm going to write 1 over 13 lah. So it's just 12 over 13 over 5 over 13. Alright, this one will be unit vector. However, you want to write in the standard form, you can write in this way. This is just like 12i plus 5j over 13. Then you will get something like 12 over 13 I plus 5 over 13 j. Okay, this is unit vector. So make sure you remember the unit vector formula. It's not really hard. Okay, just put the vector on the top, and then the magnitude here means the length. It's very simple. Okay, 15. What's it is? Vector also. Okay, let me write down the information. Okay, 3AE equals to EC. Okay, so AE over EC equals to 1 over 3. So AE, why I write AE, I do so ugly. Yeah, wait for a while. So this is AE ratio EC equals to 1 ratio 3. Most of the time I'm trying to write this thing in the ratio, in the fraction form, and then I write out ratio will be easier for myself to understand. This one is ratio 1, this one is 3. Alright, this is just 1. Okay, then AB, you give us AB is 4P. And then AD is just 2Q. Alright, so from here he asks you express EB in terms of P and Q. He asks you find E to B. Okay, so I believe you have to find AC first. So AC equals to what? Since this is parallelogram, right? Means this length and this length is exactly the same. This is 4P, this one will be 4P also. Okay, this is 2Q, this one will be 2Q also. Alright, so I'm going to say AC is equals to AD plus DC. Since they are the same, so it's very simple. 2Q plus DC is 4P. Alright, then I want to find EB. Change some color. I find EB. I find E to B. So I think I need something like AE. This is what I want to find. So I'm going to find AE. So I know that AE is equals to this ratio 1 and 3, right? So it's 1 over 4 of AC. Alright, so equals to 1 over 4. What is AC? 2Q plus 4P. So therefore, I will get the answer multiple 1 over 4 is like 1 over 2Q plus P. This is AE. Alright, must write the arrow so I can get the EB easily. So EB will equals to EA. What am I doing? It equals to EA plus EA plus AB. Okay, my EA, this is AE, right? So EA is just add a negative. Half Q plus P. My AB is just 4P. So answer is simple. This one multiple negative, you have negative for both, right? So this is minus P. 4P minus P is 3P. Minus half Q. Done. Alright, so it's so important to write this one in the fraction form. I think all of you can write this one in the fraction form, right? It's very simple. So, but let me just show just in case some students do not know. EC. So it's very simple. You imagine this over 1 and over 1, right? I throw the EC here and throw the 3 here. Then I will got this one. Okay? You can try yourself. Alright, so I'm going to move on to number 16.